Hi there, my name is Amanda Kaufman.
And I'm Chris Lavelle.
And you're watching the Crush Method show. And we're so excited to continue to talk about resistance and resilience.
Yes, and we've talked so far about resistance and resilience in prospecting.
Yes.
And motivation versus mindset.
Yes.
And we talked last time about physical manifestations and how to support your resilience and overcome resistance through overcoming and addressing physical needs.
Exactly. So we want to continue the conversation today talking about how do you know whether you are making the choice to pull away and kind of give in or give up on something versus when should you be pushing through. So we're going to cover a lot of that. And one of the favorite phrases that we share between us I got from the book, The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. Good book. Recommend it.
This is wisdom you shared fairly early on in our relationship. And it's, I honestly give you credit every day. I didn't know it came from Gretchen. Just give credit to Amanda. But it's something that really did change my perspective on life and resilience.
Yeah.
And it is.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
That is some Zen Level Genius right there.
Total Zen Level. That's a Yoda moment.
Yeah, very Yoda.
Let the
very
perfect
Yoda.
Not be the enemy of the good.
Yeah, Yoda speak is a little less clear there. But yes, basically, the long story short is don't let something derail you from making progress. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to continue making progress.
I think that's it. You know, I like to joke that the first 6 months of my business is like the secret period of my business where it was like super secret and I didn't tell anybody about it. I can't recommend that as a marketing strategy.
It's not a good marketing strategy.
I've tried it. It's not very profitable.
Yeah, unless you're Superman, that doesn't work. Keeping a secret doesn't work.
No, exactly.
It's not a secret identity.
No. If becoming a coach is a secret identity, there are ways you can kind of quietly start, but if you're looking to sustain and build over time, secrecy, not so much.
Not so much.
But a lot of that secrecy was actually coming from this place of wanting to basically show up well. I had done a pretty good job in my prior career. I got good performance ratings, great performance ratings.
Oh, yeah. You were doing very well.
Wonderful reviews, good relationships with my clients and with my leaders and all of that kind of thing, and with my teams. And so I think there was a big part of me when I was starting my coaching business that I didn't want to be silly. I didn't want to show up and not be good anymore.
Yeah, you didn't want to show up and be anything less than that incredible performer you had been in your career up to that point. But you know, the old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day. And sometimes if you're just waiting to get it perfect, waiting to get it right, you'll never really get into action. You'll never really take the steps you need to take.
It totally zaps the gas from your car, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, I can appreciate a collectible like the best of them, but at the same time, I'm hungry, you know? I want to get the results. I want to be in the world helping people. I want to live my purpose. I want to actually be out there living my purpose. And
that makes sense.
And I can't do that by getting ready to live my purpose. I can only do it by doing it. Right? So I've got to be okay with good, and I've got to be okay with perfecting instead of being perfect.
You know, that's actually a great way to look at it, perfecting. We've heard that from one of our mentors before. And you know, another way I've heard you actually phrase this that also sticks with me, and it really helped me out of a stuck place once in my career and life, not too long ago. You've shared with me before, you know, don't worry about taking the next perfect step. You said, focus on the next right step, the next most right step. So it's not perfect. And it's not thinking 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 steps ahead and getting a website and phone and blah, 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 everything that everybody does with their coaching or expert business before they get into action. Instead, it's what's the next most right step to help further you on your journey?
Yes, I think sometimes thinking just about, well, what's the next thing I could do? Instead of trying to think about all the things you have to do.
That can be overwhelming, yeah.
Not only overwhelming, but kind of impossible to execute. Yeah. We need to make decisions really that are fitting ourselves for where we are at and what resources we have available to us.
Oh yeah, you don't need to go drop $10,000 a month on Facebook marketing if you just started out of the gate with your coaching business and started it 2 weeks ago. That's not the stage you're at. That's not the next most right step for you. But maybe go talking to some prospects. That might be a good next step.
Yeah, or hit up a networking event or practice talking about your coaching business. Like there's all kinds of things that we can do that are going to be meaty and meaningful steps. I'm not saying that you need to be slow or not ambitious. Like,
not at all.
We replaced our corporate incomes within
2 corporate incomes.
Yeah, well, within a year, and my own corporate income within 9 months. Yep. So that's really, in the scheme of things, not a very long time to get things running and to get things moving. So we're not saying that you have to go slow or take teeny tiny little baby steps or much smaller steps than you're even able to take. What we're saying is take giant leaps of massive imperfect action and get moving.
Absolutely. Don't let things derail you entirely. Get back on track and even take just the next most right step, even if it's a small one, and keep furthering yourself through that journey.
I think sometimes what can happen is we maybe miss a step, or we don't take the step and we kind of beat ourselves up for not taking the step.
Oh, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that?
Totally. It happens all the time. But I think the other thing to remember is what's done is done. What's past is past. It's gone. You only have now.
And going forward in the future.
So what step now is going to move you further towards your desired future? And take that step. Just take the step, right? Yep. The best way to overcome resistance and resilience and to demonstrate resilience is just take the stinking step.
Absolutely. Well, that's why I bring that up, is what's the next most right step? If you're resisting taking that step, maybe you're taking too big of a step. For example, maybe if it's just an incremental step. I mean, often when we talk to clients, we'll run into clients that really want to do something really big and bold, and they've wanted to do it for a couple of months and haven't really taken a step yet. Well, that maybe is because they're shooting them just a hair too far. Maybe if they get some success with a smaller step, they can build that to a bigger step, to a bigger step, to a bigger step, and they're still making progress that way.
For example, and this doesn't have to be a menial thing, right? Oh. So for example, if you're trying to fill a coaching practice and you want to have 10 clients, instead of thinking about how am I going to get 10 clients, what if you thought about how am I going to get my next client? Just that one.
Just one. It's only one you have to get that way.
Because when you get that one, then you can worry about the next one, the next one, the next one, and so on until you hit 10.
Yes.
Right? So it's really just kind of breaking it down just a tiny little smidge. That doesn't mean that you're sacrificing the goal or you're shooting lower than you could.
Still the same goal of 10.
But a good way to overcome that resistance is to just focus on that next mile marker instead of focusing on the entire race.
And then, as you get each one of those successes closer and closer to that goal in this example of 10, well, that builds some resilience. You start feeling, hey, I can do this. I can get it going.
Exactly. So we hope that you found this to be really useful and very helpful. Is there anything else you want to leave people with?
I kind of like that, Sharon.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Don't let perfectionism win. Just get the heck out there. Get the job done.
And take that next most right step.
And tell us about it in the comments below. What's that next thing that you're going to do? So we'll be back again next week. Can't wait to see you on the Crush Method show.
And you know what? If you really like this and this was helpful, leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you and we'd love to know how we're doing.
All right. Well, take care. Hey there. Thanks for tuning into this week's The Crush Method video blog. I'm Amanda Kaufman.
And I'm Chris Lavelle. We loved having you here.
Be sure to subscribe to receive more goodies in your inbox every week and share with others you know who are eager to learn more about building their coaching and expert business.
And don't forget to leave a comment below to share your own experiences to inspire and lift others on this journey.
And check out our podcast on iTunes called The Crush Method Show so we can join you on your commutes and workouts.